Hello everybody, welcome back. Let's have a look at some of these coins. I suppose this one will just be a bit of a market overview, Bitcoin and Ethereum. We're going to have a look at EOS for fun. And I'm sorry I've not been able to make videos these last couple of days. One of my little ones is not very well, and unfortunately there's no one else around but me, so you know it falls on me to have to deal with it. So let's have a look at these coins. And one of the things that there's a lot of people on my Telegram have been calling for me to look at specific random altcoins, and so if you could leave a comment in the description below about any altcoin, one I suppose that doesn't really get much time in the sun, something that no one else really does TA on, but it's completely up to you guys, and just whichever altcoin seems to get the most comments about, I'll make a video for the short and long term from anything that I can see on it. Right, so let's start with Bitcoin. Bitcoin's actually looking okay on the weekly here, working just as we expected it for this money flow index to take a bounce, and could even be the bounce that takes it up to a new all-time high over a period of weeks. So let's not get too excited, let's not go crazy, because if we go down to the daily time frames, we're still very much in a range, and that's basically what's taking place here. We are in a range, but what I can say is there's elements of this range which are looking very promising. Not today, not tomorrow, but let's measure this out from the price action over here. So if we can make it without dumping significantly, but if we can stay above areas of 56,000 for a period of almost 2 weeks, that would allow us to sort of breach and stay over this cloud. This does look like it's turning green over here, and even though this isn't a perfect cross, and at the moment this isn't a setup to go long on, but it does actually lend itself to what would be a reaccumulation at this level. So I'm actually pretty positive on the way that it's shaping up. There's no signal on it right now. It's definitely still in a range, but give it credit where it's due. It's above all major moving averages at the moment, and even if it's in the range of the Bollinger Band, it's no big deal. I'm okay with that snaking range. But generally speaking, I think this is what's happening here. We are reaccumulating, getting ready for another big push, which could take place. Well, technically now, I suppose, but I'd be more encouraged to see price action closing above this cloud, like what we did over here. We've got this cross, we're closing above the cloud. We are, to be honest, we could launch anytime soon. It is a reaccumulation. It's difficult to really pinpoint exactly when the launch would take place, but between now and the next 12 days, I would say. So within a 2-week period, Bitcoin is probably going to launch. And that might actually leave altcoins in the dust. But I'm not going to. I don't want to be held to account if that's not the case, because there's also a strong case to be made that altcoins will follow Ethereum. But if that is the case, I do feel as though Ethereum is getting quite toppy, and so this is something else to be a little, I suppose, what's the word? Not anxious, but just aware of. So we are riding the top of this Bollinger Band. Every time we reach the top, we generally come back down within it. We do surf the top, but the difference is the money flow index at this current point in time on the daily is it's about 90, almost 94, which is quite high. It can go higher, obviously, and again for a daily, it can go high to we've seen things go to 98. And beyond. I don't think Ethereum is one of those coins. I think what's more than likely going to happen is that we will peak just above $4,000 Ethereum, and then come back down for a nice healthy retest of probably the 10 exponential and carry this on. I think the absolute peak on Ethereum is more likely to be around the weekly top area, which is around about 93. So we've still got plenty of room to move overall, but I think we're getting quite toppy. And so if people are saying that altcoins are going to follow Ethereum, I think the bigger move for Ethereum at this point of recording this video is down, but I don't think it's going to crash, so there's nothing to be particularly afraid of. But as Bitcoin's ranging and brewing, I would say, ready for its next big move within a 2-week period, altcoins do have the opportunity to continue to run. I mean, some of them are doing some good runs already. We've seen with EOS, a coin that we've been following now for good part, back down here. So yeah, it was actually quite a while ago now. It's deceptive when we look at it. So yeah, end of last year basically is when we started to get interested in EOS, buying in at this accumulation phase. And so since then, I suppose it's been a decent return. You know, if we think about what we've actually achieved there with EOS, we'll measure it right more or less from the center, because it was an accumulation. We were buying all that area. It's so far 270% moved to the price where we are at today, and to a peak of 382%. So it's not been too bad if you think about what, you know, obviously there's been a lot of other altcoins that we've been in since January that have gone up a lot more than that, but they weren't top cap coins, were they? And they also weren't as low risk as this trade was. This is a very low risk trade buying here. So yeah. Long story short, Bitcoin is ranging, in my opinion, due to break out within the next 2 weeks to make a new all-time high, and probably a continuation of that move thereafter. You know, quite a savage one, I would expect. Ethereum may move up a few more $100 perhaps before it's reached its peak, and things like EOS, well, I mean, I'm going to save my EOS videos for their own thing. But again, you know, like I said at the beginning, if you want me to look at something very particular, like I do on my live streams for Patreon users, I suppose this is your chance to ask me to look at something specific, and whichever altcoin is the most popular, I will do that. But if you want to join the Patreon channel, I mean, this is what we do twice a week. I couldn't do it this Friday, unfortunately, but generally twice a week, we will look at altcoin after altcoin after altcoin, for about 2 hours usually. So you get that twice a week, £7.50 a month. So yeah. Anyway, other than that, I hope you have a nice day and take it easy.